An image appears of a document representing a soldier's pension with handwriting at the bottom. At the top, text reads, "Pensions of Guilford Courthouse." An image shows a group of African American men and women gathered inside. They are all finely dressed in 19th century clothing, and one man in the center of the screen appears to be addressing a couple with their back turned towards the viewer. On March 7, 1822, an elderly African American man appeared before the 4th Judicial District Court in Caroline County, Maryland. A painting shows an elderly black man seated near a hearth. His hair is long and white, but the crown of his head is bald, and he has a long white beard. He wears glasses and is looking down as though he is reading something. Stricken by rheumatism, he stood before the clerk and introduced himself as 63-year-old Thomas Carney, a resident of Caroline County. A crude sketch shows two soldiers side by side with their muskets standing at attention. The black soldier on the left is dressed in a white uniform. His hat is black leather with feathers on it. The white soldier on the right wears a tricorner hat, brown jacket, and pinkish-colored pants. Thomas Carney was a veteran of the Revolutionary War. He was one of over 5,000 black men who fought for the Patriot cause. A watercolor image shows a young black man wearing a blue military coat with red facings and a white vest underneath. 45 years before, Carney was an 18-year-old in 1777 and enlisted in the Maryland line of the Continental Army. Two images depict combat. First, a pencil sketch shows the outline of a line of soldiers firing their muskets with the right half of the picture obscured by smoke. The next image is an etching of a whole line of soldiers getting smaller and disappearing into gunsmoke as they run towards an elevated fort at the left side of the image. Then, an image of a young black soldier wearing a blue coat fades in on the left side of the screen. On the right side of the image, a white officer in a blue coat and tricorner hat fades in to the right side of the screen. During the course of the war, he fought in 8 major battles, including Guilford Courthouse. During the Battle of 96, Carney carried a wounded Captain Perry Benson to safety during the final attempted assault on the British fort. Thomas Carney and Captain Benson became lifelong friends following the war. Carney served through the entirety of the war and received his discharge in Annapolis, Maryland. The image of the old white-haired African-American man returns to the screen, and now more figures appear beside him. On the left side is a black woman in a colonial-style dress. On the right side, 2 young black women appear on screen. By 1822, Carney was a husband and a father. His family consisted of 59-year-old wife, Grace, and 2 teenage daughters, Alice and Rebecca. An image shows a farmer plowing a field. 2 horses pull the plow away from the viewer, the farmer grasping the handles and guiding it. There are chickens in the field all around the plowman. In the distance, a woman can be seen also working in the field. By the time he stood in that courthouse, he was a struggling farmer. Like many other Revolutionary War veterans, he experienced physical pain that limited his ability to work. An etching shows a close-up image of coins stacked along a desk. A series of hands are in frame, pointing and gesturing at the money. One of the hands holds a paper with large numbers written on it. He was also in debt, owing a total of $123.11 to different parties. A painting depicts an older white man seated in the center of a room. He appears to be dictating a letter to a finely dressed man sitting at a desk to his left. Captain Perry Benson wrote a letter acknowledging Carney's, quote, brave and faithful service to support Carney's pension application, and with overwhelming testimony of service and proof of financial need, Thomas Carney received his pension. A screenshot of Thomas Carney's pension appears. On it, we can read that he was awarded $8 a month for his service. Standard $96 per year for a former Continental Army private. He was one of 6 black veterans of the 1st Maryland Regiment who fought at Guilford Courthouse and received a pension. A multicolor map of Maryland appears with all of the counties of Maryland labeled. Thomas Carney's image appears in Caroline County. Subsequent veterans have their images appear over their counties as they are listed off. These veterans included Adam Adams of Charles County, Maryland, Jacob Blake and Lazarus Harmon of Worcester County, Maryland, Basile Norman of Washington County, Ohio, and David Wilson of Washington County, Maryland. The National Park Arrowhead logo appears.